Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to do a belly button piercing experience video. So if you guys didn't know, I got my belly button pierced. I think it's been like 4 or 5 weeks. It's been about a month since I've gotten it done. I got it done when here in Arizona the teacher strike was going on. So I think that was about a month ago. Can't really remember. But this is what it looks like. It looks a lot better and healthier now. If you guys can't tell, it doesn't hurt to touch it anymore. By the way, I'm on my phone also, so if it looks different quality and I know like the background is way different and not my ideal thing, but I thought this would just be a fun chillax video. I didn't really need to pull out my nice camera for this. So my belly button piercing was like one of the things that I have wanted for the longest time. Like I've seen so many people with it and it just seemed really cute and cool, and I just really wanted one. I had about 2 or 3 people I knew that had one, and I was like, I'm gonna get one. And like a week before I had gotten this, I was like, Mom, I really want one. And she was like, well, you can get one, but you're the one that's gonna have to pay for it. And I was like, oh, like I don't know. Like I had money and I have enough money for it, but I was just like, I don't know. Like, do I want to spend some of my money on it? So she was researching like tattoo places to get it done at, because of course belly button piercings, you have to get it done at tattoo places. So there was one that is like 15-20 minutes away from us. And it was amazing. The price was amazing. It was $20 for the piercing, everything. It was $20, like no tax, just flat out $20. And I was like, heck yes, let's get it done. So the next day we went in and got it done. And I was very scared, mind you. I have my doubles and my normal ear pierce. I have 2 piercings on both my ears. I don't have earrings in right now, but I do have doubles and my normals, and they're not called normals. What are they called? Those both were like super tolerable, and they didn't hurt. I mean, it stung for like a second, just like every piercing, but it didn't really hurt. But going into a tattoo place to get this done, I was like, oh my God, this is kind of scary. Like, it's a tattoo place. Like, it obviously has to hurt. So we get there and we waited about maybe 10 minutes, and then it was my turn to go back. And it was probably like this 18, 19-year-old that did it, and he had tattoos all over his body. And he was like, oh yeah, it doesn't hurt. And I was like, dude, you have like so many tattoos. How does it not hurt? Like, obviously it doesn't hurt if you're like tolerant to a bunch of tattoos. And he was like, oh no, I got this done first. So I guess it was like a dare. And this is like completely past the story, but I guess he got it because it was a dare. And he said it didn't hurt. So I was like, okay, yeah, like this is fine. So like you stand up and they mark it, and like just to make sure it's straight, and then you lay back down. And I was of course holding my mommy's hand, because can't do anything else without my mommy. So I was holding her hand and squeezing her hand super tight, and pretty much like I had maybe watched like 1 or 2 videos of this getting done, because I didn't want to scare myself, because I know that all the people that are watching this right now are probably getting ready to get theirs done, and they're like, oh my God, I'm terrified, and I'm gonna try not to scare you. So it's like this little metal bar, right? And it's curved, because of course like it's going through here. Let me try to stand up and explain this to you. So I thought it was gonna like go like through this part, but they only stay on the top of your belly button, and they put it like up here, and it goes like through the little skin on the top of your belly button. So I just got the normal studs, which is what normally all people start off with piercings, but it's a little bar, and they just like shove it in. Like, I don't even know how to describe it to you, because like I didn't want to watch, so I kind of just like closed my eyes and like just went for it. The whole thing probably took about 45 seconds, maybe a minute. They clamp it down with these little like clampy looking things. That makes absolute sense. But they like clamp your belly button down so that it doesn't like come up, and it's easy to put the little thing in. And honestly, that was probably the worst part, because like they're literally like clamping your skin. So they clamp it, and then they take this little like bar, and they just like shove it in. And there's like little hole in the bar, so once they're done shoving it in, the skin from where they like pushed it in like comes out too. So my mom was saying, like, my mom had hers done when she was like 19. She had to like twist hers and like do all this work with hers, but now with like today's technology with this stuff, you don't have to twist it or anything, because it takes all the cartilage out when they push it in, which is really gross but kind of cool, because then you don't have to deal with it. But like, just imagine, like, when people say it doesn't hurt, it doesn't really like painfully hurt, but it definitely hurts. Like they definitely like push it in there and you're like, oh my God. And then once they unclamp the clamp, it definitely doesn't hurt as bad. But walking out of the place, it definitely stung. I just wanted to like act cool, but like it definitely stung. And people saying they didn't feel it, I call bull crap on that because mine hurt real bad. Like they just like shoved it in and I was like, oh, oh, oh. And then once he unclamped it, it was fine. So again, it took like about a minute, the whole thing. And then he just puts the little studs on because the little studs are like screwable, and he just screwed the studs on, and then he was like, okay, you're done. And I was like, oh my God. And then I looked at it and it was all good. He used permanent marker, which I think is what most tattoo places probably use, but it was like purple permanent marker, so it didn't come off for like 2 days. So when everyone was like, oh, show me a picture, I showed it to them and they were like, that looks like it hurt and it's all bruised. And I was like, no, it's just the permanent marker. So I actually have pictures of when I first got it done, so I'll make sure to put those on the screen. Now, on the aftercare topic, this is something that my mom and the tattoo place was very like, you need to be on top of it. You need to make sure you're doing this stuff. And for the first week, I was definitely doing the saltwater rinses like my mom suggested. But after a while, I drifted away from that and wasn't really doing it. I was just cleaning it with Dial soap in the shower, and that seemed to do the trick. It hasn't like itched or like anything like that. I also have had friends that if they touch it too much, it starts to like sting or itch. So if you get it done, make sure that you don't touch it with your hands a lot, because when you touch gross things with your hands and then touch your belly button, it can get infected, and that just is not the way you want to go down with your belly button. Sleeping was the one thing that I was really scared about, because like I knew I work out like 4 times a week, and I knew that like working out or sleeping and all that type of stuff would just definitely like hurt it. But honestly, it didn't hurt as bad as I thought. Like for sleeping for the first couple days, I just slept on my side and was very careful that I didn't sleep on my stomach because I just got it done. It was tender, it hurt, and I just wanted to be very careful. When working out, I remember the first workout we did was like the day after I got it done. And they were like, okay, lay on your stomach. And I was like, Mom, I can't do this. So I just didn't even try, because I knew that not only working out, but like laying on my stomach and like doing a bunch of moves, it just was not going to be a good thing. So I went for working out, just be very careful for the first like week-ish, but after that, it didn't matter. It didn't hurt or anything. The day after I got it done, it did bleed a little bit, and I think that's just part of the process. I was kind of worried. I was like, Mom, it's bleeding like quite a bit. And she was like, oh, it's normal. So because they literally shoved something in you and opened a hole in your skin, it's going to bleed. So the day after I got it, it was like bleeding, and whenever I cleaned it, it would bleed. So I definitely just be cautious of that. If it bleeds, it's not like you're dying, because that's what I thought. But overall, I love it so much, and it's so funny because I like take pictures with it, and I send pictures and like of you know, just my normal daily self, like in a crop top, and like some people like won't notice the belly button piercing, and then I'll send like pictures still like to this day, even though it's been a month of me having it, and they're like, oh my God, I didn't know you had one. And I was like, yeah, I've had one for a month. So it's one of those things that like everyone like is just like shocked, especially that I have one. They're like, I would never picture you getting one. And I was like, just because like I get one doesn't mean, you know, I don't know. There's just like a lot of controversy about it, and I only wanted it because, first of all, I have a great body. No, not trying to be like too self-absorbed, but I have a great body. Like I can definitely get a belly button piercing and rock it. Like I wear crop tops 24/7, so why not get a belly button piercing so I can show off like a cute little belly ring. A couple facts about belly piercings if you guys didn't know, because I feel like this is something that some people don't know. You can't change the belly ring for 6 months. So it's something that is very committing to. So if you're in cheer, if you're in a sport that you're sliding on the ground, like my cousin really wants to get one, but she's in softball, you cannot change this for 6 months. Then after 6 months, you can take it out. And why is because someone I know got a belly button piercing, and she took it out after like 2 months of having it, and the hole grew shut in like a solid 3 hours, and she had to literally re-pierce her belly button by herself. So if that says anything, that's why you need to wait 6 months. Another rule is you're not supposed to swim for 6 to 8 weeks. I swam like literally a week after having mine, and nothing happened. You just have to make sure you really clean it with like Dial soap or salt water after you're done in the pool, just so it doesn't get infected or anything. I really wouldn't recommend like swimming in a lake right after you get it, because that just definitely has like actual like bacteria in it. But a swimming pool just has like chlorine. Like, I don't think anything bad is gonna happen from swimming in a swimming pool. It's really weird because where like the little bar is, I can feel it through my skin, and it used to be so gross, but now I'm used to it. It's just kind of like a normal thing. So overall, if you're thinking to get one, I would highly recommend it. I love it so much. It's so cute. It's just awesome. So if you're thinking to get one, I would recommend getting one. Do not do it yourself. Go to somewhere. I've seen videos of people that are on YouTube and they're literal being idiots, like do it themselves. Please don't do that. If you guys have a belly button piercing, comment down below. I'd really like to know, and how long you've had it for. Also comment down below if you want one. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below. I have a bunch of back to school videos coming out very soon, because I go back to school on July 23rd, which is a lot sooner than a lot of people I know. So I will have back to school videos coming out very shortly. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys. Mwah.